Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the purpose of making these videos is to document my journey as I become the person that I am, and as I work on that opening sentence. So, today is Thursday. Today was a good day. It was a rather unproductive day, but I think, so here's the thing. In the morning, okay, where should I start? In total for the day, 92 dials and 1 book demo. In the morning, there was a meeting hosted by one of the account executives with other account executives to kind of practice and role play through the demo script, just to kind of like get used to it. And both junior AEs that are going to be moving up eventually in like January, including myself, were on that call. So that was a productive, not strictly making phone calls sort of thing, as well as that's what it was, is in the morning the air in here was like super stuffy, so then I opened the windows, had a fan blowing, like vacuumed, swept everything, and my nostrils were like fully congested, and afterwards they were not, and have continued to not be. So then it seems like, because it's a small apartment, which is nice because then I can use just a quick fan and get it done in an hour, but it is just something to keep in mind, that if the air feels stuffy, that's because it is, but it can be fixed. But so then into that went in the role play sort of thing, and the dials for the morning were like double dialies, but pretty ineffective. Like nobody was picking up. Worked through a bunch of the website ones, and then I just wanted to kind of get through the old leads that had been assigned to me like earlier in the month or in October, that were on their like final sequence, like we have to call them 5 times. Which technically now is 10 if you include a double dial, if you count each at 1, or you can count a double dial as half, unless they connect. Not important. But it was like almost getting to noon, and I was going like, at noon I'm gonna stop, because then I wanted to go, at noon I'm gonna stop. And it was about like 11:50, and I'm thinking like, do I need to really stop at noon? I could not. Then I had to go to the washroom, and then it was really close. And I went, okay, no, let's just keep going with it. I looked at the stats, like so far I had like 36 dials, and I'm like, oh no, 34 dials. And so I was like, okay, I'll make 3 more double dials, put me to 40 at the beginning of the morning, and then we can crank the afternoon with an easy 80 and finish the day with 120. But the first double dial, same as the previous ones, no one picked up. But then the second one, on the first call, the guy picked up, and this guy said like, oh yeah, like he liked the opener, was going like, I like that talk track, listened to what I had to say, said, oh, I know about Planswell. And what he said was, I actually was interested in Planswell because I had a coworker or colleague who had used them and had good experiences and wanted to get on board, and someone had reached out to me through LinkedIn, but then never followed up. And I thought it was interesting, because then that piece of information told me 2 things. Number one, well, okay, before we get there, so then I told him, I was going, well, by the way, like this is actually the 5th time I was supposed to call you, so I do follow up. And then the rest of the conversation was not me explaining the program at all. It was just like, I asked the qualification questions, he was a good fit. Like, sorry, there's a plate. Oh, there's so, just 1 second. Okay. That went from so perfect. Asked the qualification, he was a good fit. Right from the beginning of the call, he was going like, oh yeah, I'd be happy to book another time. So then that was green flags. Did book another time. It's gonna be next week. Great. But what I'm glad that happened was, again, I was reinforced positively for thinking, oh, I should quit, and then not. So then the next time I feel I should quit, I won't, because I remember that one time that I didn't is there. As well as, since it's on the 5th call, typically those ones are like, oh, I'm just going to be talking voicemail, which is true, but then it seems like it's just not worth it. It's not worth doing the work, but situations like this prove to me that it is worth it, because you never know who might pick up. And specifically what he said was, like, because he had a different email, but said that he was just about to hop on a Zoom. So like you have that information, and then so, yep, okay, cool, that worked. But so then what that tells me is the reason why you have to call so many times is because what you're looking for is a person who has the problem you solve, is looking to solve that problem at the right time. So then you call 5 times because assuming that they both have the problem and want to solve it, they may just be busy. So you just got to keep calling, and not feel like you're being annoying, because when you get feedback, negative feedback from people from being persistent, that is the pain which you must endure in order to that's the pain you must endure in order to provide the wonderful solution the service is for someone who needs it. Meaning, the shitty people are shit and you have to eat that shit so that you can find the person who really fucking needs it and they can win. It's like, that's the price you pay to help them. So that's the thing. As well as then when he said that someone followed up, was talking to him on LinkedIn but never followed up, it made me think about a bunch of people who I had been speaking to on LinkedIn who haven't gotten back to me. And then I'm thinking, like, should I not message them or anything? And then him saying that makes me go, no, I'm actually making a mistake by not following up with them. Because, again, point proof and example is this situation right here. So that was good. The unfortunate part of getting it done in the morning was then I got the grocery shopping done. Like, I left for lunch and went to Walmart to get grocery shopping done, and to Provigo, and got like a bunch of garlic paste or whatever. But so then the desire to, like, oh, I fucking don't have anything. Like, I had that fire in me yesterday when we had the power hour and I didn't book anything within the hour, but then I kept going until I did. That drive wasn't there, which is unfortunate. However, I still did manage to get to 92 dials, even if they're double dials, and it's easier to get high numbers when you're double dialing. But work was still done. Could be better. You just need to figure out how to remain unsatisfied, if that makes sense. Like, how do I keep that mentality of hunger? Yeah. There's probably some sort of thought things you can do. But consistently, what I'm finding though is I do have the ability to consistently book demos, and that I should have confidence in my ability to do so month over month, because technically this is a slow month, but if we're halfway through, I don't know how many days, I'm looking at a calendar, like there are 10 days left of calling, so about halfway through, and I have booked 13 demos for the month, which if you multiply that by 2 is 26, which is pretty much on par with what I've been doing before. So then it's not really a slow month then, as per the numbers. But that's that. Other than that, feeling good. Also edited a video today. Also went to bed early, or on a time last night, and woke up today at 6. Kept snoozing, but at least the lesson is learned that getting up early is not difficult. Going to bed on time such that you get up early naturally is the aspect to focus on. And so before this tips over, which it is currently doing, I will say today's been a good day. Hey, Moo. Moo.